So right now I'm making dinner. I'm going to set up dinner into the crock pot here. This is a bag of hash browns. I'm going to try to add another half a bag of hash browns in here because there's so many of us. What I should have is 2 crock pots really. And then I'm gonna add cream mushroom, cream cheese, shredded cheddar cheese, chicken broth, and then I'm going to fry up bacon. I'm gonna put half actually in here while it's cooking, and then I'm gonna do the other half as a garnish on top. And then I got some green onion here. You guys see that? You guys know what green onion looks like, right? There it goes. So I'm gonna do that for topping as well. I found this recipe on Facebook and thought that I would run to Target and get all the ingredients so that I could make it for dinner tonight. So as I prepare it, I will kind of show you guys what I'm doing. So here goes the hash browns, the actual potatoes, the only thing that's in there, and then I'll season it how I like to season my food. And you should, if you're gonna make this, then you probably should season to your own liking. So I usually don't show the seasoning amounts because I just figure it's to your liking. I will show you what seasonings I use, but not how much. So yeah, I got my bowl here. I'm gonna put this in here, some of this to get it whipped up, and then I'll show you guys that process. Okay, so I just poured pretty much 3/4 of this Swanson broth into there, and then I also have my cream of mushroom here, and I thinned it out a little bit with about 1/4 of this. I poured it in here just to make it a little more thin so it's not so thick when I pour it into here. So I'm trying to work with my camera and do this. So we'll pour that in. The broth is already in there on the bottom, and I will scrape out the rest of that when the camera's not in my hand. So I'll stir that up. Over here I have my cheese that's already shredded up, and I have my cream cheese here. It's just the Market Pantry cream cheese and the Market Pantry cream mushroom. So that's right. I'm gonna come over here and stir this, and I'll be adding probably some yeah, I'm gonna leave it for a minute because I think it's a little bit, the potatoes are still a little bit frozen. So I'm just gonna leave that. So I'm gonna cover that, and I'll come back to it in a little bit here and show you guys what else I'm doing.
Okay,
So funny me, I've been talking about having another crock pot and getting a bigger crock pot, and this has been in the garage. It's a 6-quart crock pot, and it's brand new, and it's just been sitting in our garage. And I never opened it. I'm like, why am I making soup in the little crock pot over there instead of making it in this one? So I'm just gonna open this really quick here so you guys can see what I'm doing. Look at this little face just woke up.
Mommy.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you doing?
Okay.
Let me see you.
Okay.
Hi, sweetheart. Oh, look at that sleepy face.
Mommy.
Oh, honey. So I'm gonna open this really quick and show you guys my difference in my crock pots. I'm so happy I remember. This is just sitting in the garage. It's been sitting in the garage since like I think August, and I have not opened it. So silly. Knowing that my family is so big, instead of using 2 crock pots, use this one. So I'm gonna open it. Changed my mind. So I changed everything to this big crock pot that I remember that I had in our garage. And it's huge. So compared to my little one over there in the corner, this one's huge. So I can make a double batch of the soup that I am going to make. So now, since I have an extra of everything, I have a second one of these that I'm going to use. There was my one that I've already used of cream of mushroom. So I have a can of cream of chicken that I'm going to add. I do have another can of chicken mushroom, but I thought let me just add cream of chicken and mix it up a little bit. So I'm going to add an extra broth, an extra can of cream chicken, and then I was only going to use half of this for one, so then I'm going to use use both halves and make, you know, a double batch. And then I'm going to add a bag of hash browns that I'm going to put in here. And this was double the cheese that I needed because I was gonna make it cheesy. So I might just shred a little bit more and make a double batch. Yeah, because making one batch is like, it's gonna be like everybody's gonna get one serving and then it's gonna be gone. I like to have leftovers. When I cook, I love to have leftovers because when I put the time in, I want to make extra for my family. So I'm gonna keep going now and add the second batch of everything in. Okay, so now the cream of mushroom, or the cream of chicken now is in this bowl. And then I'm gonna add a little bit. This one's thinner than cream of mushroom, so it's not as thick, so I don't have to add that much in there. I'm just gonna add a little bit of the chicken broth. Thin it out a little bit. And the rest is going in here. Okay. I'll stop there, and I'm gonna add the chicken, some chicken in the broth. Okay, so I looked in my fridge and I found a half an onion and a half of green pepper that need to be used. So I'm gonna saute these and put them in the soup as well. So it's gonna be a little twist to my soup. Again, I never follow a recipe in entirety. Like I never ever do. I always do something different. So this is gonna be that moment when I change gears and add something different to the recipe. So I'm gonna cut that up right now and saute it and dump it in the soup as well. So now I have another curveball here. I just added four cloves of garlic. I'm chopping up and I'm gonna add to it as well. Remember, the peppers, the onions, and the garlic are not a part of this recipe. It's like the cream of mushroom isn't. The recipe just calls for a cream of chicken, but since it doesn't matter, it's still cream of something. I don't think that really matters much, but if you wanna make this and you wanna keep it simple, just X out the peppers, the onions, and the garlic, and you can, that's what the recipe calls for anyways. And the green onion that I'm going to use for a garnish, the green onion that I'm going to top that I showed you guys earlier, that is not a part of this recipe either. So I added green onion for garnish, garlic, peppers, and onions in the soup. Don't have to, like I said. Just so I want you guys to know you guys can make this simple if you guys want to not skip out all the extra chopping. So now I'm just cutting up the cream cheese in little slices like this. I decided I'm going to use about 3/4 of the brick here of cream cheese instead of using the whole thing. I just don't feel like using the whole thing. So I'm going to use about 3/4 of it. And I'm just taking it off like this and then getting it into the pot with my one finger. I added basil, garlic powder, and nature seasonings. And I will insert a picture for you guys right now. So yeah, that is what I did for seasonings. And I'm gonna add some of this cheese here, and then I'll do the rest for garnish. And that's about it. I'll let it now. I'm just gonna let it sit. After I add the rest of the cream cheese, I'm just gonna let it sit for the next 2 hours, and then it should be ready. Now it's time to fry bacon. So I'm baking over here. I'm just gonna do about 4 or 5 pieces at a time until I fry up enough, and that'll be my garnish. So I have bacon sizzling behind me, and I just added the cheese to the crock pot. I'm sure if you can add the cheese whenever you want. I'm sure you can add everything at one time. Since I'm here and I'm not like cooking in the crock pot, like leaving it and then leaving my house or something like that, or going to do other stuff, I'm just kind of in the kitchen anyway. That's kind of added it towards the end. So we have about 45 minutes, I think, left on this, and I just added cheese just now. And now I'm gonna start preparing my garnishes. Like, I'm frying my bacon. I'm gonna cut that up, and then I'm also gonna cut the green onion right now. I'll show you guys that. So there, now we'll put that in. Put the top back on. I'm liking my new snazzy crock pot. Yay. Okay, so dinner is done. And you can see the bacon in there. The potatoes and the cream cheese. The cheddar cheese is melted, obviously. And then I have bacon to top it. And here goes scallions to top it. And I also have more shredded cheddar that I shredded up from that block that I was using before. So this is dinner. It looks amazing. I can't wait to get it in the bowl. I'll show you what it looks like when I get in the bowl, and then I'll be done. Okay guys, so this is the finished product of dinner at Mandy's tonight. So this is my potato soup in the crock pot. And these are the toppings that I put on them tonight. And all the kids are pretty much over here smacking their lips because they're enjoying it. So this is a really simple meal that you can make, and then just put it in the crock pot, let it go for a few hours. Don't think about it. Maybe stir it every now and then. And yeah, dinner's ready. So if you have kids that love soup, this is a great thing to make. If you guys end up making this soup, please find me on Instagram at amandapete.mom and hashtag me dinner at Mandy's potato soup if you want to add that. Just dinner at Mandy's is fine. And I will see you guys in the next vlog or dinner at Mandy's. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing and commenting. I appreciate it. We love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.